Monster.
Oh, I can't wait for the 60s monsters.
Here's 2012 Monsters.
True Blood.
I have the first 3 seasons. I haven't gotten around to them yet. A lot of blood and
Vampires.
Snookies, nude Snookies.
What?
And this, what's her name? Snooki? I think her name is Snooki Stockhouse, or is that the writer of these?
Oh, I don't know.
I think the character is Snooki or Snooki.
Snooki. Well, when I hear Snooki, I hear Jersey Shore. And I know it's not that one.
See, if I had seen the series, well, what's her name in there? Anna Paquin is frequently nude in this series.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta get HBO.
Or the Blu-ray release.
Blu-ray. Well, I can't get Blu-ray. I don't have a Blu-ray player. Man on a Ledge.
This one bombed. I forget what was out the week this came out, but this one tanked. No one was interested in a man on a ledge.
I don't understand how it could have tanked it, because it's a heart-pounding adrenaline rush, Ed.
Well, people were rushing out of the theater, yeah.
Okay. Love Never Dies.
This is a sequel to the Phantom of the Opera play. Were you aware of this, Dave?
Not at all.
No. Well, here it is for you. I'd rather see it on Blu-ray than go out to the theater. People coughing and hacking. I didn't go into that, how I got the bronchitis a couple weeks ago. Now, remember we did this? It was the DVD release where they put David McCallum in the 70s hair on the cover. This was the one where they didn't put the hair. I thought this was a bad cover. But after seeing the 70s hair, this might be all right.
Oh, didn't he have the Mo Howard haircut?
He did, yeah. Why not a shot of him half invisible if you're trying to sell an Invisible Man series instead of blocking him out?
Just the silhouette. There's some backlighting there and you can't see who it is. Oh, my favorite. Lancelot Link, secret chip.
Direct from the original Masters. Yeah, putting the glass in the chimp's gums and peanut butter and whatever they had to do at the time to get these animals to act like superhero chimps.
We were just watching some episodes of Mr. Ed recently, too. What another great series that was, with talking animals. Now, 17 episodes, is that all of them?
Yeah.
Because why did it seem like, to me, it was on forever?
It was, but they were the same 17 episodes. They were smart, though. They made every episode very similar, so you didn't know. It was only 17.
Oh, that's a great series. Yeah, I might have to get that.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the monsters from the 60s, Dave.
All right.
Now, we have some background on how this all got started.
Okay. Tell me when to start reading.
When it first started by, as we said, the series of, we should put this up on full screen. Yeah. They packaged all the old Universal Monster movies and sold them to TV. That's how it started. And the little kids of the time, the baby boomers, got interested in all these classic movies, Dave.
Kind of like what they did with the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Packaged them, put them on TV, and they became popular, and they started making films. Early 1960s killer movie intro.
Now, all those TV stations had these types of, local hosts and things.
Oh, boy.
And this was, I guess, the New York one that turned into the chiller we know.
WWOR?
Oh, Channel 11.
Oh, PIX?
Yeah, they had the chiller. 9 had the one on, it was after the wrestling, I think, on Saturday nights.
Is Tor Johnson in here somewhere? Is that his name? Tor Johnson?
No.
Tor
These are a lot of the Bad Giant films are there.
The Colossal Man.
Now this is one.
Ah, see, extra finger.
Is there? Oh, there is. That's right.
Chiller.
This was scary. This intro. You'd hear this.
It had that wacky music going in the background. Oh, it eats the letters.
The old stop motion. It looks like a real hand, but it's stop motion. I don't know how they did that with an extra finger.
It's the ones they take out of cartoons. They put onto that thing.
Okay, before we get to the Monster magazine, just go over quickly. Just skim through your read there, Dave.
Oh, Shock Theater?
Yeah, about the Shock Theater.
Shock Theater, marketed as shock. was a package of 52 classic horror films from Universal Studios, released for television showings in October 1957 by Screen Gems. Who brought you the monkeys? The television subsidiary of Columbia Pictures. The Shock Theater package included Dracula, Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, and the Wolf Man. Shall I continue it? The second package?
Yeah.
The second package, Son of Shock, was released for television by Screen Gems in 1958 with 20 horror films from both Universal and Columbia, who I believe brought you the Three Stooges. Shock Theater was usually aired on late night television with a costumed horror host. Showings of the Shock Theater package were often introduced by local hosts in the style of Vampira or whoever the hell Zachary is.
You can see him at any chiller show you go to, propped up
Really?
in a corner, Dave.
Oh, well, okay.
He's 90-something years old now.
Oh. The release of movies featuring the Universal monsters in the Shock Theater television packages of the late 50s and early 1960s made them available to a new audience developing a keen interest in these films and is largely responsible for the monster boom of the early 60s.
Yes. And all these films prompted the horror magazines, which we're going to see now. Do you remember the famous Monsters magazine?
Yes. Who is the guy?
Florey Ackerman.
There it is. That's the name, yes.
You can read that while
Famous Monsters of Filmland was originally conceived as a one-shot publication by Warren and Forrest J. Ackerman, published in the wake of the widespread success of the package of old horror movies syndicated to American television in 1957. Ooh, look at that. But the first issue, published in February 58, was so successful it required a second printing to fulfill public demand. Shall I continue, Ed?
That's enough.
All right.
We can just discuss. There's a Dark Shadows cover there.
I remember I had one of these. I think it had a big King Kong on the cover.
Right, yeah.
And there's Christopher Lee.
I don't think they had these at Village Pharmacy. You had to go down to that one down next to Grandma's. That's a record album they put out.
That used to be the Colony Pharmacy, right?
Yeah. Of course, there's all the models which came out of it. I'm going to see those in a minute.
Bride of Frankenstein. The Witch.
The Frightening Lightning editions, which was the glow parts.
Look at the abs on Kong.
He's got quite some abs in there. And the instructions to put your Frankenstein together.
Yes, because we want to make sure we know where the legs go.
It was always the same instructions, pretty much. Okay, there we go, the monsters. Now, since I have most of these models, Dave, I thought I'd bring these down. It's fun to see these, and we're heavy on King Kong here, since we have Kong with us.
Could you have dusted the box off a little?
This one was on top, Dave. This was the creature, and of course, these were the ones that we had in the early 70s. Yep. They would repackage the 60s versions with glow parts.
Now, go back and watch the original Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love the music in that film. Mm-hmm. That was great music. Don't know who did it, but it was very intense and loud.
Now, these were the reproductions. They put these out in reproductions. This was the 60s box. They originally came in these long, tight boxes. And I think the first one I got was Frankenstein. Did you have any of these Aurora?
I had Frankenstein. I think I had Dracula. I don't know what else I had, but I did have a few of them.
There's some heavy Kong. There's the one with the abs.
Yep, and the blonde. Making sure she's facing her bosoms outwards so you can see those.
This was the one we got.
Yeah, this is they have the glow-in-the-dark head.
Mm-hmm. I think
That's right. I had a bunch. See, and I remember I had a handful of these with glow-in-the-dark, segments of them. And I remember holding them up to a light at night, and then turning off the lights to watch them glow in the dark.
Well, you take your glow-in-the-dark parts. Right. I don't know if I did this or I bought this. I might have bought this like this.
So you never put it together?
No, I never got to Kong yet.
You don't paint it?
I do. And in fact, here's one I painted of the Wolfman.
Did you use the tester paints?
Yes. Bye.